All right, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is 1-2 day. We got the wheel spin in action. Got a high hand bonus going on right now. And let's just jump into it.
Right into it.
Why not? Why waste time? I'm Chase. I got Dawson here. We got Chris, the IT guru, working the graphics in the background. And now I will tell you, we're running on a 15-minute delay. So I have seen into the future. And I do know we're going to have to swap this deck out here pretty soon. So, yeah, just be ready for that. Right now, I think everything is being read properly. But a couple of the clubs cards got swapped out. And so we re-registered a new deck, new stuff, to keep everything, as they say, copacetic.
Copacetic. And
we got Lauren in the box right here. We got a good roster here of players. Most coming in for 200. Dylan coming in for 100, it looks like. We got Mr. Paul Hurd. His last name is Hurd. If you've ever worked in a kitchen or a restaurant before, you're probably familiar with the term. We got Barney, a fan favorite. We've got Mr. Shay coming up. Joni, another fan favorite. Richard, Tanner, and of course, the ever-present, the omnipresent. He's here right now, but he might come through to North Korea, yeah, pretty soon. We've got Poker Face Superman. Surprised that the letters fit on there, I'll be honest.
I know. They're real small, but
yeah,
all there.
It works. Whatever it takes. And here we go. Dylan with the K2. Raising it up. Paul Hurd calling with the pocket sixes. Shay with a weak ace. Poker Face Superman with a slightly stronger weak ace. He's on the button. Position helps. Flop comes out with a jack and 2-4s. Hey, what's a jack for?
That's a flat tire.
That's right.
I've seen one of my favorite hands to fold.
Yeah. And Paul actually looks like he's ahead right now. He's got the pair of sixes, the pair of fours. And there's a 5 right there on the turn. No change to anybody. Any backdoor flush possibilities for Shay, Poker Face Superman have been axed. And you see on Basil's headgear there, it says Jack 10 Champ. That's his favorite hand, is the Jack 10.
Loves it.
Oh, and there's the Queen. Now this will set a high hand, 6s and 4s with the Queen. There is no minimum qualifier. I don't expect that to last. However. However is how they say however in some parts of the country.
It's perfect for the high end.
However, exactly.
Hand ever.
And it looks like VPIPs are at 100% or 0 right now. 2 hands in. And that's how things go. And you can see Dylan breaking the cardinal rule, counting his money at the table. What? Where have I heard that before?
I know the song. It's something Rogers, right?
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers.
And we've got Star Wars on the TVs right now because, not because we're Star Wars fans or anything. I think some of us are. But the NBA game will be coming on. I think the Nuggets and something else.
The chicken nuggets.
The chicken nuggets are going to be playing. And Joni with the Queen 3 suited. Throws in $2. Good enough for a call. Poker Face Superman with the Queen 8 offsuit. Hurd picking up actually a decent hand out of the small blind. King 10. Would have liked to see a re-raise there. Show a little aggression. You're going to be playing out of position after all. Maybe thin the field a little bit, but as it stands now, we are 4 ways to the flop. Jack 6-4 right there. Nobody making a pair.
No one picks up anything. We got a flush draw for Joni.
It really seems like a trend. And an 8 comes off on the turn. Poker Face Superman pulls ahead. King High no longer best. Joni with the flush draw, but Poker Face Superman already a made hand here. And it looks like he may have... Did he act out of turn?
Something happened there. It looked like Joni was going to put in a bet. He was getting ready to snap caller off.
Yeah.
But she might have pulled it back when she saw that.
Yeah, it looks like the dealer ruled out a check on Joni's end. Superman putting in the $6. Joni making the call, post haste. And a 3, Joni picks up a pair. But, of course, it is beat by Poker Face Superman's pair of 8s. He gets the check mark. Go to the river. He gets the showdown and the pot. $12 in profit for Mr. Poker Face Superman. Thank you for checking us out, everybody. We're starting to see a couple of viewers filtering into the streams. We got YouTube. We got Facebook. We've got Twitch. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
I told one of my buddies to give us a watch today. We'll see if he's going to comment anything.
Very cool.
Fight the Megalodon in the Sea of Thieves game.
Ah.
So I look when I'm gaming.
Kevin for 200. And C. Kevin and C.
All right.
7.
Joni with the
Big
ace
slick.
king suited. Like the ace king of diamonds, like the ace king of spades better, I'll be honest. Now she raises up to $7. How many callers do you think she's going to get?
I would say 7 from this table and maybe 4 or 5 from the 5 on the button table.
Sounds pretty accurate. So far, that's about what we're seeing. Poker Face Superman with the Queen Jack. Herd playing the Charlie.
Got to play the Charlie.
Got to play the Charlie in Charlie's game. Barney with the Queen Deuce suited. Tanner with the King 8 of the same suit as Barney. Hopefully those clubs do come. I want to see some violence. Uh-oh, look out. Rainbow board, ace on the board. Joni with top pair, top kicker.
And we'll just have to imagine this board above our little pot right there.
Yes. Yeah, again, we had a couple of graphical issues with the deck that we were using. So we did swap it out here, I believe, after this hand, maybe after the next one. Apologies for the inconvenience, everybody. You get to see... You'll get to see your boy right here in the flesh, handing out cards.
And on the table. How is he there? How is he here?
Oh, there he goes. Speaking of which, did a little workout yesterday for the first time in I don't know how many years. Barely did the bar.
Are you very sore?
I'm not very sore. The whole idea was to not be sore, but looks like that doesn't matter. You go 2 years without, 3 years, I don't even know, without working out, and doesn't matter how much weight you do, how many reps you do. I tried to take it easy. So when you see me walking around, if I look like I'm walking a little funny, I did legs yesterday.
Ooh.
I did chest, shoulders, back as well.
Good man, not skipping legs.
You can't do that. Never, ever skip leg. Don't let your friends skip leg day. And we are on to hand number 4. Wait. It is hand number 5. We're dangerously close to that hand number 10 marker, where if we don't get an all-in...
Something's wrong.
Yeah, we just call off the stream. That's not true. We might as well, though. Herd picking up ace deuce suited, one of my favorite hands.
Ooh.
And Barney with the kings.
Oh, and some jiggities.
Oh, no. And the jacks for Shay Shay. JJ for Shay Shay.
And Joni coming to crack them all with 8-3.
That 8-3 is a weapon in this configuration.
Always misses unless you fold it. Then the
Oh!
8-8-3.
And there she goes. Out of there. Richard with the ace-6 making the call. Dylan out of there as well.
I got 6 and 7 call.
And Herd coming along. Now, those kings are ace magnets, but 2 of them are already in play. Richard and Richard and Herd both holding aces. That does drastically cut down the powers of pocket kings. Oh, 10-4-5, 2 spades. Shay Shay and Barney both with over pairs to the board. Barney throwing out a bet here. Looks like $20. And Shay Shay making the call.
That's a good board for jacks.
Is usually a good board for jacks. And a 4 comes off. Another pair here.
There goes both their flushes.
Indeed. No possibility for a flush. Looks like another 25 perhaps dollar bet.
Let's see if Shay can put him on a bigger overpair here.
And that is tough, tough, tough. Like you said, pretty good board for Jacks.
It's a good board to keep him in there.
Mm-hmm.
What's coming out?
There we go. And you can see cards taking a little while to read. And that 8 of diamonds coming off will give Barney the check mark with the better overpair.
And it's just going to make Shay feel better about his jacks.
Yep. Boom. Throws out a bet. No flush comes through. 6-7, about the only straight possibility. And Shay bets. Barney calls. They turn over the hands, and kings are good. Barney looks like he's excited. Always smiling, that Barney.
Yeah. Great player. Great guy.
And there he is. Look at that guy. Gray hair like a majestic,
God.
gray-headed something.
Mystical being.
Apes have silverbacks. I've got silver hats. I don't know.
It's just to show dominance. Nothing else.
It matches the inside of the hoodie. You notice that?
It does.
Yikes. Well, while we're doing this, let's talk Freeze Out. Believe we've got that this Saturday. We've got a lot of new things coming for March. So stay tuned. This is going to be TBD here. You can see Lauren here getting ready. Read and register in the new deck. Everybody patiently waiting. Basil, Poker Face Superman, about to take off with that fidget spinner, flying away. Lauren going about as fast as she possibly can. This is barely better than watching paint dry. I wish I had more promos to talk about.
Depends on the color of the paint.
Let's see here. Free roll Monday with bomb pots. We got the 2K guarantee on that one. That will be coming up for certain on Monday. That is one thing that ain't broke, so I don't think we're going to fix it. We got bomb pots on odd level changes, so every other level, you start off with a bomb pot. Good way to dip your toes into the water of a 4-card PLO with two 5-card boards. $0 entry fee. You can get the $10 bonus. I highly recommend that. And then the $25 rebuys for 20,000 in chips. What was the turnout for that on Monday, Dawson?
A big turnout, and the Monday before even bigger. Like they've been.
And the Monday before that, also huge.
They're always big.
Prize pool got up to, I think, $3,200 this past Monday. So we do overachieve on that 2K guarantee. It is a good way to jump in, play some poker. You talk about poker bang for your buck.
That's where it is.
You get in for $10.
To get 2,000?
Yeah.
1,000? Are you kidding?
That's what I'm saying. Hours and hours of fun. And if you win, usually you get a pretty good prize. I think we had $1,100 or $1,200 up top this past Monday.
Lauren almost throwing a card off the table.
You know, it's good to know I'm not the only one who does that.
I still have it. And is there a reason to call the floor other than they just need to pick it up? The floor has to pick it up and look at it and confirm for everybody? Is that?
Verify that the card is still the correct card.
I see.
Keep the integrity of the deck intact.
Let's hope my cards stay on the table.
There you go. Keep them on the table. Don't count your money at the table. Keep your cards on the table. And it looks like almost a family pot here. We got West Texas heads up, 6 players.
We're going to catch a queen. We're going to catch an ace, another ace. Any threes? No threes.
That's right.
Well, we'll draw for Florida.
Florida looks like he's got pretty good possibility here to hit that wheel. Technically a steel wheel draw. Going to have to go run a runner for that one, but is possible. Hey, never tell me the odds.
Never, ever. Is a steel wheel a straight flush?
Yes.
Okay.
With the ace.
I see.
33 in the middle. Tanner's bet got 1 player to fold. Oh, wait, there's 2. And we are off to the turn now. 4 ways. It's a 10. There goes that steel wheel possibility. Joni picking up a backdoor flush draw on the turn. Not going to come through. And she does have a pair of queens up against Tanner's and Barney's pair of aces. Now, at this point, a lot of opportunities for Tanner and Barney. Any card higher than a 9 will do it, except a queen. And the card's a 10.
Aces and 10s.
Aces and 10s. Chopped pot for Tanner and Barney. Joni in a little bit of trouble. She checks. And Tanner bets. Barney with the ace-9. Likely to make the call here. Let's see if Joni can find the fold button. And she sure does before action is even on her. And it is a chopped pot.
I think that's always the best outcome when you have when you catch a pair of aces, but you have a real bad kicker like a 4 or a 9. I mean, 9's not terrible, but 4 definitely is. Seeing those that other pair come out and you get to play that queen, it's awesome.
There it is. And I just got word 15 minutes in the future. Chris Carter, I was making a joke. She turned a backdoor flush draw. There's only one more card to come. It's kind of like you saying you flopped it on the river. I don't know.
Maybe we're going to put out a lake.
Yeah. That's possible. You put out a lake. Maybe probably doesn't play. 100% of the time. Now, that's a fun fact because 86% of all statistics are made up on the spot, even if they include the number 100%.
So is that statistic made up on the spot?
100% is.
I love statistics.
Who doesn't? It's fake math.
Ace.
Poker face Superman looking pretty good here with ace queesha of diamonds. That's my favorite suit for the ace queen.
That looks like a hand Basil might play, for sure.
Indeed, that's in the range. Raising it up to 17. Gets no callers. The Jack 10 champ scoops a pot. Only gets $5 out of it, but hey.
Better than making it to the river and losing all your money.
That's true. Always the optimist here, Mr. Dawson is. And we are moving on. That was a quick hand if I have ever seen one. And we've still got the 3-seat open. Should be shuffling in a couple of players. Actually, there is one more player in the room who wanted to play the live stream. Sat down at 5 on the button. Tail as old as time. Just kept on playing 5 on the button.
You win one good pot and you don't want to get up.
That's right. Dylan with the queen 9 offsuit. Going to raise it up. Queen 9. Actually a pretty decent hand. Not sure about in the +1 position. I do like playing queen 9, though, late position.
It flops real good, just like Jack 10 does.
Yeah, if you go multi-way, pretty good. Now, you're up against a king 10 or a king queen.
Oh, yeah, it's real easy to be dominated.
Yeah. And that is what we have here. 2 diamonds on board. No player holding diamonds.
Let's
Ace.
see if someone will pretend they have diamonds, though.
Yes. The bluff potential is pretty high. Joni going to not bluff. $12. Going for value here. Richard with the Broadway draw. It looks like he is contemplating chasing. There it is. There's the call. Looking for that Broadway. Tanner with the backdoor flush draw. A real one, Chris Carter. He actually does have a backdoor flush draw. Shay with the K10. Also looking for Broadway. Let's see if he decides to come along as well. $12 into a pot of 62.
Oh, Shay also has a gutter.
There it is. A deuce. Doesn't change anything right here. Joni's pair of aces still best. And it looks like she's going to go for a little more value. If she was ahead on the flop, then she is still ahead now. 22. Counting it out nicely.
Helping out the dealer.
Helping out the dealer. Richard out of there. Not looking for Broadway anymore. His play has been canceled. And so is Shay Shay's. Shay Shay gets out of there too. Joni going to take her down.
Good price. Make them pay for that river they want to see so bad.
That's right. Played a little online poker yesterday for the first time in a long time. That was pretty good. Doubled up with King 10.
Heck yeah.
Flop came out 10-10 King.
That'll do it.
The guy goes all in against me, and what am I supposed to do?
I had almost a pretty similar hand with Queen 9. I flopped 9-9 Queen. No, I flopped 9-9 something, and then the Queen came on the river, and I got shoved into and this was a limp pre-pot. I got shoved. I'm gonna call. I have Queen 9. I've got 9s full of queens.
Obviously.
In the limp pot, we have pocket queens, of course.
Limped pot.
How do you know?
How? Yeah. What are you supposed to do in that spot? And that's what I was thinking when I called the all in. I was like, look, if he's got kings, he's taking my money.
He got in there sneaky.
Yep.
Let him have.
Yep. Had the old house hand, the old King Jack later on in that same session. Board comes out. King Jack 4.
Ooh.
Check to him. He bets me. I raise. He raises me again, and I'm thinking, oh no, does he have a set of twos? What's going on here? So I just call. Probably should have shoved there. He, on the turn, comes out an ace. He goes all in. I'm thinking, I got nothing else. I got to call. Turns out he's got ace king.
Ooh.
Oh. So he went almost all in with top. I had 2 pair. And we ran it 3 times, and I won one of the boards.
1/3.
Hey.
What a nice guy. Oh, we got Kevin joining the table.
Yeah, we got Kevin on there. We got a lot of players in this pot here. $10 more to call for Mr. Hurd. I heard that. And he does make the call. Richard coming along as well with a little bit of a seat change. Filling in that empty seat. Kevin doing some pretty cool chip rolling tricks. We got Josh in the box as well. And Joni has folded.
One of our favorite dealers and debate coaches.
Indeed. Kevin with the pocket 4s is ahead right now. Let's see what the flop changes. Who hits this thing? 10-6 deuce. Tanner. Tanner hits it. Tanner is ahead.
Every time.
The old affirmative hand, the 10-4.
How crazy would the case 4 be?
Wait a second. Tanner is not in the hand. I don't see cards in front of him.
Maybe they're hidden under no?
And
Maybe it's
there you go. Kevin will take her down. The button moves. Now, Basil, a.k.a. Poker Face Superman, in the small blind. That'll put Dylan in the big blind. We are playing some 1-2 here. We've got a 5 on the button table in the main room. And I believe it is either full or close to it.
looks like the game's about to be on too. No more Star Wars.
No more Star Wars. We got the pre-game going on. Commercial for the Righteous Gemstones. Fantastic series if you haven't seen it yet.
Speaking of Star Wars, I had a table the other day. They were checking by looking at each other. Like they would look and they'd give a little nod to the next person to act, and it reminded me of the scene in Star Wars where they're saving Luke. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. No one else got it, but it was funny to me.
There you go. A couple of nerds at that table, it sounds like.
I don't think they were trying to. I think they was just super serious. Another pocket 4s.
Pocket 4s just moving around here.
Well,
And pocket queens for
pocket
Dylan.
It's in the big blind.
Heard with the mystery hand, trying to get a good read on those cards. Looks like even after the good luck rub, it did not help.
Richard raised and Dylan flatted.
Yeah, we've only got one player not in this hand. Ace, Jack, 7. That's why you don't raise when you're dealing with those queens.
You don't think a real big pot raise would maybe get some of these ace 8s, ace 6s out because they're not suited?
It is possible. It is possible. Now, Dylan bets $6 and is far behind. Needs a lot of help here. Shay and Kevin both with aces.
Oh, and Basil's holding one of his queens.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Basil lets it go right on into the muck. Richard with a backdoor couple of straight draws. Oh, there's a 10. Richard pairs the 10. Could be dangerous.
I didn't see any folded kings, so you definitely could see a king coming on this river.
Yeah, Richard now double guttered with the pair of 10s to go along with it. Kevin holding one of the 8s that Kevin would need. And Dawson, I believe you're right. I don't think any of the kings have been folded. Of course, depending on what Hurd had in his hand.
Mystery kings.
And Richard calling the 20.
Yeah, those aces are staying in it for sure.
Shay needs some help as well. Needs a 6. I believe an ace would give a chopped pot. And he does put in the money. $159 in the middle so far. There's a king.
The king. Oh my.
Richard hits Broadway. Oh, no, he doesn't. He hits no, he didn't hit any straights.
Broadway was just folded by Dylan.
Yeah. Queens would have done it. Instead, it is a chop pot between Shay and Kevin. Carter saying fake math is kind of like when the weatherman's telling him what the weather is going to do tomorrow. I know those weathermans. Can't trust them. Don't know what that's like. Yeah, Mr. Josh stacking up the pots. This is the second chopped pot of the night. We have not seen any all-in scenarios quite yet. What are we doing? What is this?
Is anyone even trying to make money here?
Is this still Charlie's game?
Dylan, one of our normal 5 on the button players, I wonder if he's running into some conflict here. Is the 1-2 table is very, very different. There's a lot more calling than there is on the 5 on the button. Barney with some snowmen. Richard's got the queen's hand. Jack 5 suited for Paul, and throw it away. Dylan's playing his 9-4 suited. 3 ways to a flop. There's a jack. There's a queen. Richard picking up a pair. The backdoor straight. Barney with a double gutter straight. Or another jack. Barney gonna bet his snowmans and everyone's out.
And we are moving on. Carter saying weatherman is the only job you can be 40% correct and be good at it. I would also throw in professional baseball batters.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yep, be really good at it too.
Yep. Also saying for the bigger players, 1-2 is the most dangerous game to play because who won't call for $6? I agree with you. Yeah, you just bleed out money, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a pot with $140 in it.
And you don't want to leave.
And yeah, you get the pot odds right there. Shay with the big slick.
That's what Zach was talking to me about the other day. He lit at the 1-2 table. He told me, he's like, I will call $6 all day long, no matter what's in my hand.
Exactly. Yeah, it is dangerous.
He's 10. Yeah, it is, Chris. 7-4. I I heard Miss Marianne say that was her favorite hand the other day. 7-4. Richard with a big 3-bet, 45. Gonna get Joni to come along and just Joni. So we got 7-4 versus Ace-10. Ace-King has been folded pre-flop. And it was a great fold. Joni flopping trips. Not a set. It is not a set. That is trips. And Rich is all in. Joni's got an easy call here. Snaps it in. Looks like they might just be running it once. There's an ace. He's going to have to catch another ace. Nope. Oh, and Joni boats up. I think that was our high hand from 15 minutes in the future. Richard asking, why is Joni calling 7-4 pre-flop with a $45 bet? Because why not? Because you could flop trips. You could river a boat. Richard going to be shooting 200 to the dealer. Getting some green chips on the table.
There we go. That's what we needed. Put some more money on the table. Richard throwing 2 blue bills. You know who taught me that phrase actually was Dylan sitting in seat 1 calling the hundreds blues.
Oh, yeah. I was taught it by Kendrick Lamar.
Ah, well, there you go. Personally?
Oh, yeah. In person. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He called me. He said, hey, Dawson, did you know that? No. No, I wish. I wish me and Kendrick Lamar were best buds.
Yeah, what a friend to have in these times. Carter saying the greatest batting average belongs to Ty Cobb with a 366 lifetime average, so not even 40%. Yeah, I know. I'm up there with the greatest. Or I guess weathermans are up there with the greatest.
It's funny how fast the ball goes when you need to hit it. You're pretty much predicting the hit most of the time. So stats like that are crazy. Very, very crazy.
It is crazy. Also crazy how many times Big Slick has come out. Tanner now with the ace-king offsuit.
I still can't believe it was folded last hand. I mean, that was a big 3-bet, so I guess you could put someone on aces or kings. I mean, he still would have lost the pot, but ace-king is a hard one for me to fold.
Richard staying in there with the 10-4. That's what we call a tilt call.
The walkie-talkie.
Looking for some middling cards. Nope. Ace-9 deuce on the board. Richard folds, I think, before anything even happens. And that'll do it. Tanner taking the pot down. No customers on the flop. 1 customer pre-flop. Carter saying, tell me you don't play baseball without telling me you don't play baseball. Carter, yeah, you've looked at me one time at least. I think you can tell that I have not quite the baseball build. And we are moving on here. We've got the next hand coming at us. Hand number 14. 13 was the last one. And now let's see what Josh is pitching out. Joni's liking what she sees, at least enough to call. She's got the Basil here, Jack 10, Florida with the King 4. Poker Face Superman, Queen 10.
Also, I'm offset.
Yeah, Carter talking about my offset. Never played baseball. Don't know what you're talking about, buddy. And here we go. 6 ways to the flop. King, Queen, Jack. Talk about an action flop right there. Shay, Joni, and Poker Face Superman all drawing to Broadway. And it is Florida who bets. Throwing out a good $15.
Good board to bluff at, not the hands to bluff at.
Correct. And Shay going to come along. Woody out of there. Joni calling as well. Florida with the best of it right now. There's a jack, though. Joni pulls way ahead. Tanya Thompson in the chat. What is going on, Miss Tanya? And Carter's saying it's almost like you call a poker game. We can tell. Yeah. Yeah, our soundboard still isn't working. I was trying to hit a good, juicy sound there, but oh well. What are you going to do? Joni betting $30, getting Florida out of there. Poker Face Superman giving her credit for the jack.
Grateful.
Shay with the ace. Lets it go also.
I guess all the 10s are folded because Johnny already had the check mark, right?
Yep.
That's weird. That's good enough. Good fold.
There you go.
All right, let's see what we got. What's going on, Robert? Robert's all in. Give him some money. Give him some cards. See if it holds. Joni with the Choctaw Nuts. She's already committed 2. She's gonna make the call. 3 aces. All terrible kickers. 2 ace-9s. Could see a possible chop here. Yep, there's 9s. Joni does pick up a good shot. Let's see if anyone makes a big enough price to get her out of there. Richard is going to bet his 9. Yep. Too much for Joni to see 2 more cards. And Basil going to throw away the same hand Richard's betting with. And Dylan, of course, not catching anything. He's going to throw it away. Not looking for a backdoor flush. Good bet from Richard. We got Josh slinging cards as fast as possible. Good enough cards to make people call. That's what we need, Josh. Tanner with a 9-5. Puts in the 2. Another big slick. Richard.
Robert Hernandez in the chat saying he's going all in.
Richard's all in with the snowman.
Richard going all in. First time we've got an all in situation, I believe. Carter saying, don't use the word juicy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what that means.
It's getting juicy.
Dylan with the ace-king against the 8s. Dylan flopping actually pretty good here. Needs a jack to survive. Or an ace. There you go. And there's a 3 right there on the river. Dylan wins.
He's going to double up back to his original stack.
There it is, getting $97. And Josh now shuffling things up, getting ready for hand number 17. I think this is going to be a big hand because it is a prime number.
The prime numbers.
They tend to be pretty big hands. 13 was a little bit of a disappointment this week. Last week we had some crazy hands happening. Robert Hernandez going all in. Sir, verbal is binding, so.
do need your chips in the middle right now.
All right, there you go. Florida under the gun with the pocket aces.
There they are.
And he's about to fold. Nah, I'm kidding.
He thought they were 4s. Raise the 7.
$7 gets 7 callers, I think. Oh, actually, a lot of folds already. Barney with the 9-4, Shay with the Jack-4, and Joni with the King-Queen. Let's see if she, right? Nope, she calls the 7.
Got it.
Kevin now thinking about what to do.
Well,
Another red one, another white one. There he goes, priced in.
Tanner says he is out of there. Will not be paying $5 more.
And Florida now with a very good lead pre-flop. Flop comes out 7-5 tray. Doesn't look like that's changing too much. Still a far away lead.
Beautiful board for aces.
Beautiful board. Any 6, though, will chop Barney and Shay. Ham making the call. Ham in the chat. Bam, 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 bam. Soundboard is not working, so we have to do it manually. Florida with a strong bet here, $35. That'll get Kevin to fold.
Richard does have top pair.
Richard with top pair, decent kicker. Probably doesn't expect any over pairs here, but that 9 might scare him off.
Yeah, under the gun or first to act after the blinds, you can only raise so much, so it'd be really hard to put him on a overpair here.
Florida betting 65. Richard making the call here. Does not give Florida any credit. And there's a 3 on the river. Pair in the board. Aces and 3s are going to be good if we get to showdown. Florida going all in with the rest of it. Richard makes a quick call. And Florida shows the pocket rockets. Richard out of there. Florida getting the full double up. Now up to 186 in profit. 342 total in his stack.
And we're going to be adding some more green chips to the table.
And it looks like, yeah, Richard digging into the old pocketbook. Only $2 behind. And Josh checking the bills. Pulling out the greens. Getting ready for hand number 18. What did I say? 17 was going to be a big one.
It was.
And it was. Those prime numbers, I don't know what about mathematics does that to poker hands. And we'll get our best investigative odds scientists on the case.
Or we could just make up a statistic right now.
I would say 87% of the time. It happens all the time.
What's the name of that cologne in an Anchorman?
Sex Panther.
Sex Panther.
You got to do the Batman voice.
Sex Panther.
Sex Panther. And Dylan with the ace-9. Hurd with the queen-4. Going to fold that one. Richard with the 9-4. Tilt call. Barney letting go of the ace-deuce. I would consider a relatively tight laydown considering the table. Joni with the queen jack. Teresa Leva saying hashtag Team Basil with a green heart. Very nice. Good to see Basil fans in the chat. Burr, 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 burr. Tanner with the jack 7 here. That's the hand I think is going to win, if I'm being honest. 7-7 jack on the flop. No, 6-8 deuce. Nobody with a big piece of that. Tanner, couple of opportunities to go runner for a straight. Let's see. The ace comes out. Dylan way ahead now. Actually,
Immediately locked
check
it
mark.
up. Yeah.
Cannot lose this hand unless he folds before showdown. Now it looks like he's going to throw out $7 or $8. 12. 12 is the bet. And that should get everybody to fold. Tanner reluctantly folding one card at a time. And Dylan dragging another pot. Now above his starting stack. Let's take a look at these wins here. We got Joni all the way up at the top, $196 up, about doubling her stack. Barney up 142, Florida up 129, Dylan up a measly $5, but it is still early in the game. Richard, as we say, throwing the party. Down 408. Still has about 200 in his stack, though. Plenty of time to catch on back up. And we have moved on to hand number 19. I believe is a prime number also. Heard with the ace-6. Richard, queen 9 suited. Shay, Q-Tay. Trying to make queen 10 rhyme with Shay. I don't know if that played.
Tay? That's pretty good.
Q-Tay.
I knew it was. Even though I'm looking straight at it. 2 ace-6s.
Kevin raising it up with the 8-9 suited, and nobody folds as a result of that raise. Still 6 ways to the flop. Just a little pot builder. 73 in the middle.
Oh, that chip thing he's doing is so cool. It catches my attention every single time.
Oh, the old rolly. King 10-8. Pair of 10s for Shay. Up and down straight draw for Poker Face Superman. 2 black cards on the flop. Kevin holding 2 different black cards in his hand. Got a pair of 8s. Betting $24. Little C-bet, as we call that. Continuing on here. Keeping up the aggression. Maintaining the betting lead. Poker Face Superman does make the call. Let's see if Richard wants to come along. A couple of backdoor possibilities for him. A lot of cards will help him out on the turn. Now the decision on Shay with the pair of 10s. He does have the best hand right now. And he calls. Calls correctly, according to the cards. And that turn card, a blank, a 3 of spades. No help to anybody.
Let's see if the betting slows down, though. I bet it doesn't.
And it goes around to Shay. Shay checking to Kevin. Kevin,
Gonna double barrel it.
foot firmly on the gas. $65 this time. A good-sized bet. Poker Face Superman saying 65 to win 234. The math on that means let me stack my chips and put them in the middle. Richard out of there. Shay folding the best hand. Now, Kevin has the best hand with a pair of 8s. And the river card is another king. Kevin gets check mark.
That was a twist ending I did not see coming.
And check on the river. Kevin turns his hand over, I think expecting to lose. And that'll do it. Basil Muck's face down. Kevin gets the pot. $299 in the middle on that one.
Very good betting. Really good betting.
Good structure there. 2 spades came right there at the end. Not quite enough for that flush.
If only there was one on the flop.
We are back to Basil in the small blind. Hand number 20 coming at you. Or as they say, bain't they? And these V-pips are exactly where you would expect them to be. Richard at 78% right now. Florida at 35%, all the way on the other end of that V-pip spectrum. Poker Face Superman playing some hands. Nearly 50% of them, to be exact.
He has been looking down at some premiums.
He's been getting some pretty good Basil range hands. Joni, 57% along with Barney, and Shay in second place at 63%. Heard with the 10-5, Richard with the jack tray, Barney 7-4, Shay 9-6. A lot of spades out there. Just about everybody holding a black card. Florida
Diamonds.
breaking the streak. A suited capper on the button. I do like playing those.
Hey, I'm predicting the next Oh, he's just saying the next prime. Well, we'll see. I bet 23 is a big hand.
The old Michael Jordan.
Ooh, 7-Jack. I know I saw 7-Jack in there. Did it fold? Maybe I didn't.
Florida up and down straight draw here. On a flush board, going to have to bet to protect. And instead, it's Joni betting with the pair of jacks. Kevin with the pair of sevens does not want to bluff this time. Was bluffing with the best hand on the last time. And Florida makes the call here. Richard also with a pair of jacks. Doesn't want to let it go quite yet. Shay will like a lot of the cards on the turn. Any spade will help him out. Any
Anything for
4, any 8, any 10. And there's a 7 of hearts. Shay completely whiffs all of his opportunities there. Johnny with a pair of jacks and pair of sevens. Florida checks now. And there's a queen on the river. Chopping it up between Richard and Joni. Richard saved by the paint. That is, of course, if we get to showdown. Joni with the jack 9, betting out $21. Getting Florida to fold. Richard may not like his jack quite as much. We know if he were to call, he would chop the pot with Joni, but if you're in his shoes, out of position, facing a lot of bets from Joni, pair of jacks, no real kicker to speak of. He does make the call. And Shay out of there with just 9 high. Chop pot. Both players dragging $21 in profit. And you can actually see Richard's lips saying, chop it up. And our dealer here, Mr. Joshua, is going to do exactly that.
Was our third or fourth chop of the night without even running any boards twice.
What is happening?
Chops all over the place. No bomb pots. No double boards.
Going to
Just
change
chops.
the title on here to Chop City. Actually, not a bad name for a steak restaurant, Chop City.
I'd go there.
Everybody goes to the Chop House. House or city? Where would you rather go?
I'd go to the chop house in the chop city.
All right, well. All right, Sharks. Giving you the opportunity, $100,000 for 12% of my new business, Chop City. Richard with the queen, 8 under the gun. Much better than the hands he has played in that position so far tonight. I do expect him to come along here. $2 right there in the middle. Shay with the AJ. That one easy to rhyme.
Shay AJ. Nope.
Kevin with the ace-5, letting it go. Playing pretty well by the book so far.
Low righter. Queen 9 barely beating Richard.
That's right. Notched, as we call it. Herd with the pocket trays. One of my favorite pocket pairs. I love making that 3-3-3 because you get 3 threes.
Let's see a set.
Ooh, 7-6-4. Pretty close. Good board to continue on with the pocket threes. Looking for a 5 for a straight.
That's funny. We have Queen 7, Queen 8, Queen 9, and Queen 7's ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is pretty wild. And if a 5 does come, it would be disaster for Herd. And he gets out of there either way. Drawn to the dummy end of the straight. Joni's bet scaring him off. Joni drags another pot. A lot of respect to Miss Joni. And we got a new dealer coming in, Mr. Tech. One of our favorite dealers.
I was going to say earlier, I've been playing online more, and I've seen that bomb pots are normally played with 2 cards and 1 board. Just all the money in before the flop.
That is a Hold'em bomb pot.
Hold 'em bomb pot, yeah.
Here at KoJack's, we do double board bomb pots as well.
I love that way more.
We do a little PLO bomb pot action. 4 cards in your hand, twice as much potential for chaos. 2 times the boards.
2 times the cards in your hands.
That's right.
Everyone looking down at a whole lot of nothing. Some Jack 5, some Jack 3. Oh, how about some queens for Basil? Is queens in Basil's range? I think it is.
Might as well be.
Raise does get a king X off. It does not get the ace X off because that is a suited ace X. Barney gonna come along with his 7-8, looking for some kind of straight. Definitely doesn't want any clubs. Florida doesn't want any clubs either. He might think he does. He does not. There's 1. How about a set for Basil? With a club to maybe string 2 players along. He is gonna smooth check it. Another spade, no club, no help to Florida, no help to Richard. Probably going to make it hard for Basil to get any money here. He does have it locked up, but no one else has anything. Barney has a 7. There is action here. Looks like Barney bet. Basil puts in the call. And Richard folds. So we're heads up. Okay, so Barney bets 30, and then Basil shoved all in for 19 more. And Barney lays it down for 19 more. Says he's not giving $1 more to Basil. Certainly not 19. One more hand away from our next big hand, prime number hand.
I don't know why it works out like that, but let's see if Mr. Ham has called this one. We are at hand number 23.
Oh, this is hand 23. Oh.
Kevin with the 5 tray, the old Charlie hand. Going to come along for $2.
How much did you add?
Barney with the ace Quisha of diamonds. All right,
In the small blind.
let's see. Does he raise it up? No, Richard already 3-bet it to 13.
Was there a 4-bet incoming?
Looks like a standard flat. If Kevin stays in this hand, we could see possibly flush over flush. Couple diamonds already out there. A big diamond in Richard's hand. A medium diamond in Poker Face Superman's hand. Kevin does make the call.
Looks like Tanner's going to be coming along with his 10-8. Flow right out of there.
And
Poker
Poker Face Superman shrugging like he's priced in.
They are connected.
Tech dealing the flop of his life right now. 9-10 queen. Richard with a pair of queens, bested by Barney's pair of queens. 1 diamond on board.
Yeah,
But
that-
Poker Face Superman,
everybody except Kevin. They still kind of hit Kevin too.
that's right. Poker Face Superman up and down. Looking for an 8 or a king. Tanner holding one of the 8s. And Superman betting. He likes that draw. Not only are we seeing Poker Face Superman playing hands, which is a little unusual,
He's being a little aggressive.
he's being aggressive as well. Hurd facing a $17 bet. Folds. Richard coming along with his top pair good kicker. Barney with a much better kicker. Is going to make the call, just smooth calling here. Let's see what develops on the turn. A good call, I think, by Barney. And Richard checking in the dark. A 4 comes off.
Absolute brick.
And checks around to the river, which is a king. Superman hits his king and makes Broadway.
And he's gonna get paid by Richard.
Or sorry, does not make Broadway. Close to it. King high straight. And he's going to bet $27. Richard. Ooh, tough spot right there. 4-liner to a straight. Got 2 pair. Richard does make the call. Tanner gets out of there. And Poker Face Superman shows the straight. A 6-card straight. Nope, not even that. Just a 5-card straight.
And that'll do it though.
That'll get that check mark. Poker Face Superman, 291 in his stack, 147 in profit. That's what happens with those multi-way pots.
Oh yeah, especially when the flop hits everyone like that. That's Tech went to flop school. It's showing.
Tech always the overachiever, getting great marks in school. I think he knows like 6 languages.
He's a smart dude.
That is a fun fact about Tech.
Really good at chess too.
Yeah, watch out. If you ever see him on those chess streets, he is a vicious killer. Joni now with the pocket pair of 6s. 2 6s in her hand. 3 4s in her stack. Until she loses 2 of those chips. Ham saying big hand 29 coming.
Called the 23.
You are not wrong, my friend. 29 will be a beast. Dealing with the 5-4 and the hijack. I may have played that.
We got ace jack, ace 10, jack 10.
Kevin with the 7-4 even. Joni's pocket 6s. She's Hollywooding a little bit. Looks like she's getting a read of the room. Letting Kevin know she has not acted yet before Kevin can make the call. That's what we call a tell. Now Joni knows that Kevin's going to be calling at least 12. She opts to just flat, pocket 6s, under the gun, out of position. 6 ways to the flop.
I think all the aces are gone. Never mind.
Whoop, whoop.
There's one.
There's one more.
I thought one had gotten folded. That is the
And
case.
that is the case ace right there. Superman with the best of it.
It's a nice flop for Superman.
Tanner, straight flush draw.
My lord. He does.
He's going to bet 20 with his draw here. Poker Face Superman makes the call. And you'll notice Tanner actually has the most equity in this hand, even though Poker Face Superman has the best pair and best kicker so far.
Because he's got the straight draw. He's got the flush draw, and he's got the straight flush draw. I see. And it just goes even higher when people fold.
That's right.
Let's see if Tech can get any help to Tanner. Nope, not there.
Not there at all. That 5, no help to anybody. That is about as blank as it gets. And I believe Superman going to throw out another, Tanner throwing out a $35 bet. Looks like Superman going to make the call. There he goes. I would not like to see a raise here, but it looks like Poker Face Superman does make the raise. Trying to price out any draws. Very wet board here. A lot of 2 pairs represented. Ace 9, Ace 5.
Tanner's got a lot of outs. 9 of them.
Yep, too many, according to some. And based on the hands that are in play, I think Poker Face Superman did a very good job raising here.
Yep.
I think as far as ranges go, oh, look at this. Tanner just going all in now. Poker Face Superman with a big decision. Poker Face Superman with that decision, and he's going to sprinkle some chips in the pot, it looks like. Boom. That's it right now. Poker Face Superman ahead, but Tanner with 9 outs, 32% chance to win.
Let's see if they run it twice. I think this is a...
If they run it twice, Tanner has a 64% chance to win, and Poker Face Superman, 136% chance to win.
Yep.
They do run it twice. A deuce of clubs on the first board and a king on the second board. Tanner bricks both of them. Like I said, too many outs.
Too many of them. They're not coming. They're all hiding in the back.
Hiding in the back. And Tanner adding right back on again.
Is Basil our winner right now? Is he did he take over Joni?
It looks like he is our winner. Up $369. Kevin up $262. Joni now in third, still up $232, more than doubling.
Okay, if you're up, you're up.
That's right.
It's $2. If you're in Dylan's position, you're having a great time.
Indeed. If you're in Richard's position, you're throwing the party, as we like to say. Possibly. Still having a great time. Richard loves cards. He loves just playing cards, seeing cards, flipping them,
Pitching them,
pitching them.
dealing them, reading them.
That's right.
I think my favorite thing about poker is all the variants. There's just so much that can happen.
You just
Very
never
cool.
know.
That looks like a bot.
Yeah, we got a little bot action on here. Fix that one. Get out of here.
Ooh, ace, queen, ace. What is Tech pitching?
Tech is dealing heat right now. Kevin raising it up to $12 with his pocket 4s. Florida, of course, going to make the call. Superman, of course, going to make the call. Hurd out of there. Richard, of course, going to make the call. And Barney with the queen 9 here. We're on hand number 25. Not a prime number. Still shaping up to be a pretty doozy of a hand.
3 aces out and about.
Look out. That means there is one more in the deck. Let's see if Tech puts it out.
Can he find it?
$84 in the middle.
I'm seeing some kind of spade right there. Nope.
Jack, 3-3. $20 from Joni.
Yeah, Joni picks up trips.
Trip 3s. She's got 3 of that card. 3 of the 3s. Ace King for Poker Face Superman. Gonna make the call. Richard letting his hand go. Barney, not enough of that flop to continue. And Shay Shay out of there. Ace King drawing dead officially on the turn here. Very slim on the flop. officially dead here on the turn. Joni with the check mark.
You gotta love when we have a pocket pair, ace king, ace queen, and 9-3 makes it past the flop and dominates them.
Absolutely.
Domination City.
Joni with threes full already. Poker Face Superman facing a $60 bet. Not likely to continue here. Not a lot of good cards in the deck with one street to come. And Superman does fold. Joni picking up $92 out of that pot. She shows the boat. We are running that high hand promotion. Threes full of nines could very well be the high hand. If you want a chance to spin the prize wheel, come out to KoJack's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Or wait, we're starting a new month on Saturday. This may be the last high hand promotion that we do for at least a little while, but the prize wheel will remain. We've got some very, very cool promotions coming up here for the next month.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I can't wait. I'm actually, I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I am jumping up and down.
I couldn't even sleep last night thinking about the future.
It feels like Christmas.
It does. Waiting for Santa to come down,
Yeah.
deliver us some chips and some cards.
Lots of new stuff here at KoJack's. If you are a regular, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you haven't come out just yet, and you're hearing the sound of my voice, now is a great time to do so. Tanner with the 8-5, Florida with the K-Tray. Couple of nines out there, 9-7, 9 deuce. Ace-6 suited for Hurd, one of my least favorite aces, even suited.
I don't like ace X anything that's not 5 or a Broadway card.
Yeah, that's smart.
I feel like they just get me in trouble with kicker problems.
Yes, indeed. And here you go, classic example. King 10 picking up a good pair here. Top pair, decent kicker. Shay with the K-Tray. Well behind.
Lots of clubs. I don't. Yeah, the club draw folds. Looks like Kevin's gonna come along with his jack.
And a 6 on the turn. Another diamond comes out. Bringing in a possible flush draw. Nobody holding diamonds, of course. Richard going to bet 50 with his top pair. Pretty safe bet.
Richard looks like he's thinking about the hand, but he's just thinking about Vegas.
That sounds accurate. Shay all in to call. Opts for a better spot. Poker Face Superman with the pair of nines is going to fold, and Richard taking down a pot.
Banger fold.
Picking up $30 out of that in profit, getting a little closer to even. Richard now down 5-16, throwing the party. We're moving on to hand number 27. Not a prime number, divisible by 9 and 3. Or 3 and 3 squared. Or 3 and 3 and 3. And it looks like we've got a dealer change coming up pretty soon. Tech going to get in at least one more hand.
Is a 30-minute dealer change, is that pretty standard across all clubs? I would
Yes,
assume so.
indeed.
I know in Vegas you can request a new dealer, right? If you're not vibing with the one.
I think it depends on which casino you're at.
I see.
Poker Face Superman with the 7-6. Dylan with a suited ace-8. Also one of my not-so-favorite aces.
It do be suited though. Oh, there's 2 more diamonds.
Yep. And Richard with the ace-4 suited.
Yeah, I
Certainly,
like ace 4 more than ace 8 here.
yeah, certainly better than that. Kevin with the 8 deuce of hearts.
He's thinking he's priced in on that small blind. Yep.
And he does make the call. Tanner with the jack 10 probably thinking the same thing. Throwing out a call right there. 6 ways to the flop, 36 in the middle. Tech gathering up those chips. And that flop comes out ace high with a 9 and a 7 in tow. Tanner with a gutter ball. Barney with 1 diamond on board. Same story for Dylan, who's betting 15 bucks.
That gutter ball would be a crazy turn here. It gives Dylan 2 pair. It's Tanner straight.
That would be absolutely wild. Couple of callers here. Dylan betting. Doesn't get quite as much respect, I think, as Joni when she bets. Seems to get everybody to fold.
I noticed that with Miss Marianne, too. They're terrified over.
Yeah, and Richard picking up 2 pair here on the turn. Dylan now pretty well behind. No flush draw in his future. Going to stare at the board as blankly as possible. Calculate a little bit. Looks like he is going to keep up the aggression. Throws out a bet.
That looks like a shove. Can't tell yet.
15 is the bet there. Dylan's still 66 behind after that $15 mark. And Richard going all in with his 2 pair. Trying to get rid of the draws. Trying to charge worse single pair holdings. Barney out of there with his queen jack. Joni out of there as well. Dylan now with a decision. He's got kicker problems.
I feel like sometimes it might be harder to fold on the live stream. You don't want to get bluffed in front of
Yeah,
viewers.
absolutely. The psychology does change in a live stream game. And we are moving on to hand number 28. Also not a prime number. 29 coming up, though. Ham patiently waiting for this hand. Good to see everybody in the chat. Thanks for spending your Thursday evening with us. Perhaps your dinner break, your lunch break, depending on the hours that you work.
Perhaps you're just laying in bed, having a great time watching us.
That's true. Hey, nothing better than
Relax.
stretching out, getting comfortable. One of the biggest mistakes I think I've ever made in my entire life, putting a smart TV in my bedroom. Non-stop YouTube.
I think the mistake was a smartphone in my bedroom.
Ah, that'll do it too.
It's almost like my parents were right.
Yeah, go figure. Richard with the ace 5, going to make the call.
Man, we're having ace X all over the place tonight.
It's wild. Aces all over the deck. Kevin with the 10-8 suited, going to raise it up to $12. He likes the spades. A little gapper on the button. Certainly not too bad to hold.
Are spades your favorite suit?
Yeah. If I see the ace of spades, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
I don't care what it's next to. If it comes out on the board, I'm probably going all in anyway.
Because no one else has it.
Yeah.
Right?
I have it. Hey, if it's community cards, that means it's in my hand too. And flop comes out, ace 5 deuce. Pair of 5s for Richard, pair of 8s for Kevin. No pair for Shay Shay.
How about a gutter ball?
Does have that gutter ball. And it looks like Kevin going to be betting. I like the bet technique.
I love that shit trick. I'm gonna learn it from him.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like Richard's going to raise it up to $60.
For Shay all in.
Shay Shay is all in for another 18. And I think Kevin may call here. Maybe wary of a set. But top pair on a board like that. Maybe an over pair could be doing that. We'll check raise on the flop. It looks like Kevin is undeterred here. He's going to go all in,
Ooh,
forcing Richard all in.
snaps.
28, a big hand. Let's see if we can follow it up. 2 in a row.
Kevin trying to offer some protection to Shay, and Richard said nope.
Nope.
I'm not going anywhere with my 5s.
Middle pair top kicker versus top pair middle kicker.
Looks like Tech getting the main part right, asking the players, talking to the players, seeing what they're doing, what they're wanting to do.
That's
what
right.
it is, 'cause he can't ask them.
Now that we've got the bets sorted, turn comes at 6 of clubs.
Needs the
River card is a deuce. Kevin,
deuce and 8s.
we're running it once. Kevin drags that pot, taking the whole thing down. A couple of weak aces are tabled, and Kevin's pair of 8s is best. 477 in the middle in total. Kevin, now our chip leader and big winner of the day. And it looks like we have one casualty already. Mr. Jose Shea getting out of there. And Richard throwing some more money at the table. Generous tip. Big old stack of whites. That never hurts.
Yeah.
And Richard adding on in 20s this time.
I like to think Shea got it in good there. He had a 18 behind with ace. He had ace 3, right?
Yeah, certainly.
And had a gutter ball.
Yeah, decent pot odds for sure.
It's always nice to know you got it in good, even if you end up losing it. If you played it right, can't be too upset about it.
And Kevin, sure, doing a good job of stacking his chips here. Richard down 648, but has 200 in his stack. He's a double up away from hitting about even. Kevin now up $492 on his $200 buy. He's got $692 in the middle. Poker Face Superman up 330. Dylan looking down at the ace tray this time. He is under the gun, and he is going to ask for change. Looks like that will be used for a call. Hurd with the 6-8 suited, and next to act behind him, Richard with the 6-8 suited.
Ace deuce.
Ace deuce for Barney. Ace deuce going clubbing.
Florida with the walkie-talkie.
And Poker Face Superman, offsuit gappers in the big blind.
Another ace-6 suited.
Just going to check her down.
Where's Duplantis at?
And here we go. 7 players in, 14 in the middle. 2 hearts come out on the flop. Nobody holding 2 hearts. There is 1 club for Mr. Barney. And Superman going to bet $4 with his pair of 6s. Barney's still with the most equity.
Oh, that was a K6 there.
Or sorry, Kevin with the most equity with the up and down straight draw. Surprised to see Barney with that much in the percentage column. Let's see if Superman can hang on to his lead on the turn. Tech putting out a queen. Superman still staying ahead. 23% equity versus the 20% for Hurd, Richard, and Kevin. And there's a king on the river, splitting the pot 3 ways if it goes to showdown. Somebody needs to bet. It's not going to be Kevin, I don't think. And he does muck. Poker Face, Superman, Hurd, and Richard all chopping that one. 29. Not a huge hand.
Looks like we're going to have Jason coming in. Got a dealer switch. Starting off the table, coming back. Oh, no. I think Lawrence started the table. We'll have a 3-way chop. Looks like about $10, $11 going to all 3 players. Basil getting that extra chip, being out of position. So hand 29 wasn't a big one here. Let's see if Jason can get up in this box and make hand 30 a big hand. Basil handing out some change to Shay. Dylan spreading out his chips in stacks of ones. Then the whole table know what he has. Probably wishing there was a seat open at the 5 on the button. Let's see what Jason's pitching. A4, King 3, nothing crazy. 5-2 for Barney, suited. Jay sits back down at the table and picks up 7 deuce. Gonna make sure the reader knows what he's folding. Joni with the Jack 4. It's always funny to think about your suited 7 deuce maybe hitting a flush. But it would be worse to Joni's. There's the laydown. Joni coming along with her suited flat tire. Kevin lays down ace deuce. Tanner with ace 10 suited. Used to be one of my favorite hands. Now one of my least favorite.
Look out.
Not because Tanner's playing it, of course. I just don't like the hand.
Late position, I think, is okay. He's going to raise it up to 11.
Ooh.
Dylan with the queen jack in the blind. I feel like this is an all-in or fold spot for Dylan. And he's going to fold. Richard with the K tray. Out of there. Joni with the suited jack 4. The flat tire is going to fold as well. Heads up to the flop. Barney hoping for some low cards. Although with these certain low cards, Tanner may make a straight.
Ooh, how about a flush draw?
How about a flush draw for Barney?
That's a backdoor.
Going to bet a couple bucks there. It looks like Mr. Shay has come back.
He came back to 7 deuce.
That's funny. Yeah, a good welcome back to the table hand. If you thought you were running bad before, well, I guess still going. Barney picks up a pair of deuces to go with his flush draw. And he is going to bet $15.
Tanner just not ahead of much here. Either one of his cards coming on the river, though, will put him ahead.
This is true. Tanner shuffling the chips and throws a couple in the middle. And there's a 6, a brick for Tanner. 2 hearts. River to flush draw, Carter.
I like that. I'm going to start using that one.
Barney with the pair of deuces is going to be best, but he's facing a bet from Tanner, an all-in bet.
Oh,
And that'll get Barney to fold the best hand.
good hand, Tanner. Good bet.
And Tanner dragging a pot, getting a little closer to even, up $43 after that pot in profit. Tanner still down $217 on the session so far. Plenty of time to make up for it. Now this stream, got about a half hour left on this stream before we call it. However, the game will still be running for many hours after this. Basil watching from North Korea. There it is. Bear, 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 bear. That's what we've been waiting for this whole time. Richard with a 9 tray under the gun. Perhaps tilt calling once again. Shay with ace-7. A lot of limping right now in this pot. King 6 for Poker Face Superman. Hurd with the Q5 out of the big blind. Basil in the chat showing some love to his sister in the hashtag Team Basil fan club. And we are 7 ways to the flop. 2 jacks and a 6 on board. Poker Face Superman actually flopping the best of it. The pair of 6s. Shay and Joni. Decent equity here. A lot of good turn cards for Joni. Shay out of there. Joni out of there. Kevin, 11 to call. And he folds as well. Poker Face Superman dragging another pot. Hey, it could be that good luck from Teresa Leva. Thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us. We are having a good time watching some poker. This is KoJack's in Midland. We've got some huge things coming this weekend. We're going to be starting up a whole new segment, a new chapter of KoJack's. I am extremely excited about these changes. Jason pitching cards lightning quick from the box here. And we have moved on to hand number 32. Barney with the 5-4. Shay with 32. A tray deuce in his hand. That may be a good sign. Joni with the ace-5. Tanner with the jacks. I know a lot of people like to call the pocket jacks fish hooks. I think, personally, pocket 9s looks more like fish hooks. It's got the loop on there for you to put your line through.
Plus, we could just call them jiggities.
That's right.
Awesome.
Shout out Brad Owen. Hurd looking down at the king queen. Just realized a little more irony. Hurd lost his voice. Hearing is about all he can do right now.
Let's see if he can hear a king or a queen on this flop.
All right. All right. That would pull ahead of Tanner's holding. 8 tray on the flop instead. No king, no queen, no ace, no jack. Kevin with the best draw here. Still needs to go runner for anything to happen. Joni also, I guess, with the same draw. Looking for a 5-high straight. Kevin, a couple more opportunities, though, to hit that straight. And Superman going to throw in a raise right here. I've got to say, I really like that aggression. Last to act, closing the action.
Top pair.
Got top pair. Tanner with the pocket jacks, the over pair to the board. Is going to call and hope that his opponent does not hold a 3. There's a deuce.
Basil did get those draws out of there.
That's right, 4-5. Would have been up and down at this point. Poker Face Superman putting Tanner all in here on the turn. Tanner going to have to decide, is his overpair worth making the call? Poker Face Superman literally 1 out in 8. In an 8 only. One of them has been folded. He's down to a single card in the deck to get him to win at Showdown, but his aggressive bet here may do the job for him.
Tanner gives the I'm priced in shrug, throws it in.
Throws it in. If you got better than me, you got better than me. Here's my money.
Both of them holding 3 pair.
Yeah, that's right. A deuce on the river. Not going to be good enough for Superman to pull ahead. And he does show the Jack 8 of hearts.
I love the point of the stack for the count.
Adrian Marquez in the chat asking what changes spill the beans. Well, you'll have to check out our Poker Atlas page a little bit later on this evening. We will be going live with a whole bunch of new things. New tournaments, new cash structures. I have got to say, I am really excited about this. I think it's going to be very good.
I loved our, well, never mind. I almost might have spoiled something.
Don't spill the beans just yet.
No beans.
Beans need to remain unspilled. But come by on Saturday for a first-hand look of those changes. And we got Shay Shay returning to the table under the gun on this hand. Hand number 33 in action. Let's see if pocket threes come out.
Maybe something better than a 7 deuce would be nice for him.
Here we go. Drum roll, please. Pocket tens.
Beautiful.
And he just flats. Hoping somebody else going to raise it up for him. And it looks like instead just a whole bunch of limpers. Hurd with the ace-9 on the button. Could see a raise here. Nope. Just going to call.
Richard with a mystery hand.
A full limped pot. 7 ways. 14 in the middle. We call that West Texas heads up. 8-6 deuce. Barney with a little bit of a wrap. I guess you don't really have wraps in Hold'em, but a lot of ways to improve to a straight draw. Does not get there, though, on the turn. No straight draw for Barney.
What about trip deuces for Joni?
Joni with the twos.
Isn't that what she won her real big pot with earlier, was trip deuces?
Trip threes.
Trip threes.
And then a turn 9 gave her the full house, and now it looks like she's looking for a king to boat up again. Shay Shay going to call the $12 with his pocket pair, his overcard to the board. And there you go, Joni boating up again. Deuce is full of 8s this time.
Does 3-pair beat a boat?
It depends on what game you're playing. In Balatro, it is possible. I don't know. I haven't seen 3-pair just yet.
I love Josh has been talking about when he's playing, he keeps saying he's got a flush house. He's got spades full of clubs, but
That's funny.
The flush house is a real thing in Balatro.
Joni gets the check mark and the pot. She's up to 514 in her stack now. She is not the chip leader, though. Kevin sitting directly to her left has a slightly taller mountain of chips. Kevin at 680 or 667. Poker Face Superman spinning the fidget spinner like nobody's business.
Dude brought a fidget spinner the other day. It was golden and had I think it had 4 aces on it. It looked really cool.
That is pretty cool. Dude gifted us a clock.
Was it that?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, I love that clock.
Poker-themed clock right next to the tournament cage, so everybody knows what time it is when they're registering. You can never have too many clocks. At least that's what I always say.
Some nice little hands. Some Jack 8, some Ace 10.
And Ace King for Barney. It's been a little while since we've seen Big Slick, but what is this, the 6th time so far? And it looks like we are going to be, I thought we were going to be 9 ways to the flop. Looks like Barney's raise is going to thin the field at least a little bit. Poker Face Superman with the Ace 10. Going to be in position to Barney, the initial aggressor. Makes the call. Hurd with the 7-8. Is going to make the call as well. And Richard, of course, coming along. Queen 5. He's got the positional advantage. That dealer button.
It's a beautiful spot.
And the flop comes out. Queen deuce deuce. Richard hits top pair.
A lot of people don't like folding ace king even when the board misses that bad.
Yep.
Barney has no problem doing it.
Barney getting out of there. No reason to continue here. Richard, $50 bet, going to take that pot down. And we are going to be winding down the stream, everybody. Still a good couple of hands left. Thank you again for checking us out. We got some big changes coming to KoJack's this weekend. I got to say, I am looking forward to every one of those changes. Jason shuffling up a winner here.
We are currently the embodiment of big things coming ...
That's right. That is extremely true.
Just look at us as a very ominous tweet.
Kevin with the 10-9 suited. Florida with the 8-5. Also, same suit.
I think clubs are what we've seen the most of today. Boom, aces.
What is that? Some blackbirds for Mr. Hurd. Going to raise it up to $45. Let's see if he gets a caller. Oh, Barney with clubs as well.
In a great spot for it. He gets...
Let's see if Kevin wants to come along. 10-9, actually a decent hand to crack those aces, but unbeknownst to Kevin, a lot of clubs have already been used up in the deck. And he does make a disciplined lay down. Florida out of there. Dylan.
all in or fold.
Queen 10.
Good spot for Hurd, even if everyone didn't fold, because he got the cutoff and button to fold, which makes him the button.
And it looks like Dylan does make the call.
Not completely dead in the water.
Not by any stretch. Dylan could pull off something wild here.
Two, 4, 8 misses both of them. Looked like that might have been another 2. Dylan's already getting his stack out ready to rebuy. Well, I'm not sure what the turn and river was, but it did not help.
And that'll do it. Dylan adding back on. Adrian asking if we have any knit games planned. That could be one of the things
What
that
is
we're
it?
talking about.
I mean, I know what a knit is, but what is it? What is
Stand-up game by other names. Some of our streams, some streams on the internet, much like ours, are not really configured for players standing up. So instead, they have a knit button. It's basically the same game. You're going to win a hand to get rid of your knit button. And last player with a knit button pays out a jackpot to the table. Exactly the same format as the stand-up game, except you don't have to stand up. I know for me and my, well, whatever you want to call it, I would enjoy that variety a little bit more.
Your non-baseball build, as you would say.
Sure, yeah, let's go with that. And this time we've got Tanner under the gun. 7-4, good enough for a call. 6 tray for Florida suited. This time of clubs. Dawson, 100% correct. 90% of the time. Saying clubs are the most common suit that we've seen. And we've got our professional numbers cruncher in the background. Running the numbers. And it's verified. Club's the most common suit today. Barney with the king jack, almost the house hand.
I love when they slip over to the right, and I think they folded. Confuses me, but in a good way. Keeps me on my toes.
And Jason
Queen jack.
getting ready to deal out a crazy flop. I can feel it coming. Ace, queen, 8.
That'll do it.
That is a crazy flop. Richard with 2 pair. Let's see if he can use this one to catch up, maybe double up, and get a little closer to even. Richard down 596 at the start of this hand. If he can double or maybe even almost triple up, go a long way towards getting back to even, and it looks like he's going to throw out a call. Nope, he's all in. 245. Very aggressive bet. May get everybody else to fold, unfortunately. Dylan with a pair of queens, all in to call. Does not call. He folds, and Richard dragging that pot, picking up $50 in profit. Now down 546. Still a little ways to go, but with 300 in the stack, a double up will get right near close to it.
Just needs a double up.
Double up will put him in Profitville, Chop City, Profit Town. And Hurd with the ace-6. Pocket fours for Poker Face Superman squarely in the range. Richard with the Q10. Look at this, King 5-3. 5-3 is so strong right now.
Where's Charlie when you need him?
Shay with 2 pair. A little stronger than the 5-3. Let's see if Shay can manage a double up on this one. Just calls. Trying to keep the rest of the players in. Maybe make his move on the turn here. Hurd with the ace-6. Going to fold Richard out of there with the queen 10. 2 players remain and a jack on the turn. Barney with the 6-3, a pair of threes. Going to check. Shay going to small bet. 15 or 20. 15 is the bet. Barney calls. And an ace on the river. An ace of diamonds.
Might give Barney some bluffing room.
It sure does. Barney going all in. Shay with 2 pair. Not happy about it. A lot of 2 pair represented here. Ace, jack, ace 5, ace 3.
It's hard to lay down 2 pair. It'd be a fold of all time for sure.
And he does make the fold.
What a bluff, Barney.
And Barney shows him. Shay not happy about that at all. And Barney scooping a pot.
That ace was the only thing I think that got Shay out of that pot.
That's right, a well-timed bluff from Barney.
Looks like we might have 1, maybe 2 more hands coming up.
That sounds about right. We are winding down the stream. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. We are KoJack's in Midland. Lots of crazy things coming starting this weekend.
Call us Ozzy Osbourne. So we're about to be going off the rails on a crazy train.
On the crazy train. You know it, you love it. 1-2. It's going to be one of the things that stays the same. I'll leave that hint for anybody asking what is going on. Yeah, again, make sure to check out our Poker Atlas page. A little bit later on this evening, we are going to be updating that with a lot of the new changes.
Probably going to be raising it up to 15 with King Jack with his newfound bluffing chips.
That's right. Barney with a little more power, a little more gas in the tank.
Richard showing his ace deuce. He will not be playing it.
Barney saying, why didn't you call? What are you doing over there, Richard? Come on.
You got 1 over card, Richard.
Yeah. And I believe this may be, I think we have 2 more hands. So thank you again for watching and spending your Thursday evening with us. We sure have had a good time. Shay in the house, says Basil. Yes, he is. Lauren shuffling up a winner right here. We got hand number 39 coming at you.
The patented Lauren laugh we can hear outside of our
It is patented.
box.
Don't try to encroach. That is intellectual property.
I actually caught a glimpse of Basil in North Korea when I went to the restroom.
That's weird. I didn't realize our restroom was in North Korea.
Lauren, making sure that button's right before we got some kind of misdeal happen here.
That is true and correct.
Let's see if Lauren can deal aces versus kings for our last hand.
Okay. Challenge to be accepted. TBA. Heard with the 9-6. Certainly a favorite hand of some players. Richard with the king 7 suited. Barney with the queen deuce. Shay the 4 deuce. And Joni with the 9 deuce. That is almost all the deuces used up. Tanner on the button with the ace 10 suited. Dawson's least favorite ace hand.
Was that in the same spot he had it last time?
He was in the cutoff last time.
One more.
And king queen for poker face Superman in the big blind. Just kind of flat. Flat Tanner's raise. Hand number 39. Not a prime number, but I do expect this to be a big hand with that ace 10, the king queen, the king 7 in Richard's hand. Let's see a 6-9 queen flop.
Wouldn't that be something?
6-9 queen of clubs would be maybe the wildest flop. And here it is. Oh, well, they got one of the cards right. Ace, queen, 7. Poker face flopping top pair. Second pair, sorry, Tanner with top pair. And the backdoor club draw. Tanner going to bet 25. Poker face Superman going to continue here, looking for another queen or a king.
Richard flopping top pair on opposite day.
That's right.
Ooh.
Richard now with the flush draw. Tanner,
We're a king away from a lot of money being gained and lost.
this could be wild.
But I reckon it's going to be a break.
Richard really thinking about his option here. He does elect to check. Tanner with the ace 10.
Still the best of it.
Looks like he's going to bet $50. Poker face Superman trying to get a 10 for Broadway. Is going to make the call. Richard looking for a 10 or a diamond.
Yeah, that's a tough hold. Some of them have not been so tough, but this one, I can certainly say, might be a little tough. Especially with the ace of diamonds on the board. You can have the nut flush if it comes.
There he goes. He does make the call.
Can Lauren deliver? Drum roll. Diamond.
Whoa, she sure does. Richard set to double up. It is possible. He's got less than one SPR.
Let's see if he can get some callers from top and second pair.
A bet now could be suspicious. And it looks like he does go all in, representing the diamond flush. Now the question is, do Tanner and Poker Face Superman believe that he has the flush? Richard has been playing aggressively so far today, but not really caught bluffing too often.
It's also it's all ends kind of look like bluffs a lot. Not all the time, but they definitely can. They can scream bluff. I'm bluffing a lot, especially when a draw gets there like that. He is not, but let's see if Tanner or Basil thinks he might be. Tanner gonna get out of the way with Basil to act behind him. Might incentivize Basil to call now that Tanner's folded.
Basil really thinking about it here.
He's gonna have to ask the fidget spinner. There's no way out of this.
The Jack-10 champ with King-Queen does make the correct laydown.
Lay down.
And Richard scoops a big pot, 191 in profit. Taking down a lot of chips. Still down about 359, but has 466 in his stack, so less than a full double up to get back to even. And I believe this will be our last hand of the poker stream. Thanks for checking us out, everybody. Thursdays are the days to watch poker here. We got the 1-2 game going. Charlie's game. We got some really cool things around the corner. Saturday starts a new month and potentially almost a whole new club here. We've got a lot of changes coming up. Check out our Poker Atlas page to find out some of the details. Heard with the Jack-4. What's a Jack-4?
Folding.
That's it. Richard with the 3 deuce, going to throw some of his new chips in the middle. Barney now with the Jack-10, this time suited. Gonna raise it up to $7. Shay with the Jack-6, Joni with the 6-5.
I just love watching the equity change as the other hands come into play.
It is neat to see all the math in action. It's poetry in motion.
Like, look, we got King Queen here, which seems to dominate Jack. Well, Jack-10 is suited, but Jack-10 just flops so good. It's so hard to miss a flop with Jack-10, especially when it's suited. You gotta flop something with it.
And it looks like Richard makes the call. And we are officially 5 ways to the flop with 38 in the middle. Shay only 28 behind. And Queen 10-8. Hard to miss a flop with Jack-10.
Oh.
Kevin, though, with a better pair with the queens and a king kicker.
Does miss his clubs.
And Barney is going to bet 10. Shay makes the call. Looking for a 9 for a straight. Kevin with the king-queen. Top pair, good kicker.
The second best, actually.
Really thinking about it here.
It was.
Possibly. Oh, does make the call. Possibly considering a raise. And Richard with the 3 deuce way out. And we have 3 players remaining here. Almost $70 in the middle. An 8 comes out, pairing the board. Barney going to check it. Shay going to check it. Kevin going to bet it. Looks like maybe $30.
No check.
35. 45. See if Barney pops over the top. And he does fold. Shay out of there as well. And Kevin, undisputed, picking up that hand. And that will be the last hand of our poker stream. Here are the final results. Kevin up 459, Joni up 300, and Richard still down 359. But this game will continue on after the stream ends. Again, thanks for checking us out, everybody. I'm Chase. We got Dawson, Chris in the background. We will be back, I believe, next Thursday for another live stream. Should be a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for watching. Again, check out our Poker Atlas page for those changes. A lot of new stuff coming out here at KoJack's.